Ahoy, here I am hanging out with John Avila from Oingo Boingo, amongst many other bands, I'm sure, and productions. But just ran into him at this random party, and he was like, "Hey, aren't you Jeremy Buck?" I said, "Yeah, I am." He goes, "Well, I think you dropped your business card. That's why I asked you." So I was like, "Well, that makes perfect sense." And so here we go. But anyway, man, hanging out with a legend in his own right, and not only is he a legendary musician, but he dresses way cool. Probably takes the cake tonight. Best outfit of the party. How do you feel about that, John?
Well, sometimes you just grab something. It's usually close your eyes and grab something. Most of my stuff comes from really strange places. I can't buy my clothes in a typical place, wherever that might be.
Like a Kmart,
Walmart.
Not gonna see John shopping there.
No.
No offense, but
and I like clothes that come from just places that are a little more artistic. Goes in
like a Goodwill. I'm a big Goodwill fan because you can always find really good things at Goodwill. That's why they call it Goodwill. Aardvarks. Huge fan of Aardvarks. Huge fan of Aardvarks.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So here I am, John. So where did you get your start? Now you're a bass player, but you probably play other instruments. But what's your main?
My main instrument is the bass guitar, and I've been playing music since I was like 5 years old. My mother handed me a guitar, taught me my first chord, and my mother and father both played, so I was already playing little gigs, little parties, and hanging out and picking and grinning is what we called it, When I was 16 years old, I was already driving a car, I already had a license, and I was helping a friend move into an apartment. So we had all this stuff in my car, we're dragging it up into the apartment, and we noticed there was an attic. So we got a ladder, we got up on the attic, we pushed it up, and we had a flashlight, we found a bass guitar. And it was
This is the moment, right?
Yeah. So we pulled the bass guitar down, and we're looking at it, and I just happened to have $15 in my pocket. I handed it to my friend, I paid him $15, I bought my first bass. And I took it home, and it was like love at first sight. I could not put it down, I would sleep with it. It was so bad that and this was like I was a sophomore in high school.
16 years old. You could be chasing chicks at that
exactly.
point. You're holding the bass.
It literally took over my life. I wasn't interested in anything else. Like I was into sports before that, and I just completely stopped sports. I just got into playing. And within a year, I was playing in clubs in LA, in Hollywood. I was within 2 years. Within 2 to 3 years, I was already touring, and I've been touring, doing that my whole life. I never had another job, so I've been very blessed and lucky in that.
Yes, very blessed. And you were born here in Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Born and raised in LA. And your mom and dad, they were musicians. Did they tour? I mean, was that their thing?
No. My mother sang on the radio every once in a while, but my brother plays Hammond organ. Still plays. He tours with Walter Trout, famous guitar player.
Oh yeah.
Walter Trout tours the world with him, and when he's in town and we're both in town, we play together. We have a band called Avila, consisting of my brother's 2 sons, myself, and my brother. We have a band called
Total
Avila.
family then.
Family thing, and we get my daughter Lila, who's also a professional singer.
Right. That's who you're performing with now.
Performing with my daughter Lila, and she's in town right. We start playing, and it's a big family affair.
That's beautiful.
It's a lot of fun.
What was it like being in Oingo Boingo and all the hustle and bustle?
Oingo Boingo. It's funny. It's really funny because maybe you probably know this by now, but being in a band, it's almost like your girlfriend. To me, that's what I looked at. It's like your band is like
inner workings of the relationship. There's dynamics.
It's like a marriage or something, and it was my really first long-lasting relationship with a girl band. And
knowing how you love the bass at 16 is not surprising to your relationship with the band.
Finally, the real thing. And it was the first band that ever took me to a movie, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Where's the cymbal when you need it?
And so it's kind of like when you finish, it's when you're done, and let's say you break up with the girlfriend, and it's not till 10 years later that you look at a picture of her, it's like, oh my God,
what was I thinking?
What was I thinking? How could I leave that? Well, anyway, it's kind of like that with Boingo. Nice. When you're with them, you just like, it's just my band.
You love them.
You just love
brothers.
It's my my band. It's my band, you know. But you don't realize how good it is until it's down the line. When you go back and look at it and listen to it, you know, we did this video of our very last show. It was October Halloween night, 1995, Universal Amphitheater, and which is now called Gibson Amphitheater.
Yeah.
We videotaped it. We videotaped the last show. It was documented. We had never videotaped the whole live show, and that. It was a DVD. It was nominated for a Grammy. We lost to the Beatles. If you're gonna lose to anybody,
Those guys suck. So over. I'm just joking.
If you're gonna lose to anybody, you don't feel so bad about losing to the Beatles.
It's not too bad, you know.
And and you know, we did that DVD, and it was the craziest thing. I personally never watched it for 6 years.
Wow.
I never watched it once, and then one day, my wife and we looked at each other, and I just looked at her and I go, I'm gonna go get some pop. We gotta cook up some popcorn. I'm gonna get some 6-pack of beer, and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna watch this video. She goes, really? I go, yeah, we're gonna watch it. And we watched, it's like 3.5 hours long, and we were like teary-eyed and just fun. It was just something, and it was kind of like closure finally.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
they have that available? Can we get,
you can
go
get it.
that
Boingo, it's Farewell.
The Farewell DVD for
DVD.
Boingo. It was Universal Amphitheater, now Gibson Amphitheater.
And it wasn't like a bad breakup of anything. It was just a band, 17 years.
Sounds like Oingo Boingo in the foreground. I want to know what the hell's going on there right now. Well, here I am, man. The man, the myth, the legend, John. Thank you so much, brother. Good hanging with you tonight, and I wish you all the best, and we'll stay in touch.
Thank you.
You got to come out to a show and rock out with us one
We gotta jam
We got to jam sometime. We will.
And let's hang out.
Yeah. John Avila right here. Oingo Boingo, bass lover, family man, and a sharp dressed dude.